Today's hearing was a spectacle. Bernie Sanders came in swinging like a caffeinated boxer, all fire and fury, shouting about billionaires, tax breaks, and Medicaid cuts. But Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, calm, collected, and armed with cold, hard facts. And folks, Bernie didn't stand a chance. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you never miss these epic political showdowns.
Mr. Chairman, thanks, Mr. Bessent, for being here. Help me out here. My understanding is the Trump administration has, I think, 13 billionaires in office right now, leading government agencies. Is that about right, do you think?
I have no idea, Senator.
I think that's what the number is. Do you think it's a coincidence, given the large number of billionaires in the Trump administration, that this particular piece of legislation would provide $235 billion in tax breaks to the top 0.2% by expanding the exemptions in the estate tax?
Senator, I will tell you that when the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act passed, my tax rate went up.
Well, I don't know your exact situation, but I can tell you. Tell me about how many people do you think are in the top 0.2%?
Sorry?
Number of people in the top 0.2% who would benefit from this particular $235 billion tax break.
Well, I know the top 10% is
right.
now paying 7%.
That's not the question.
The total tax.
My question is, why do you think at a time of unprecedented income and wealth inequality, when people like yourself economically have never, ever had it so good, why do you think it's a good idea to cut Medicaid for low-income and working-class people by $700 billion to give $235 billion in tax breaks to the very, very, very richest people in this country, perhaps a few hundred families? Please justify that and tell me about that.
Well, Senator, I don't know, but the Democrats had the trifecta, and there was no tax increase or wealth tax on billionaires. You choose.
I'm not talking about a tax.
You chose not to do that.
Mr. Bessent, I am not talking about a wealth tax. Explain. A few hundred of the wealthiest families in this country, $235 billion tax break. Explain to the American people why you think that's a great idea.
I think that this will increase small businesses substantially. That most small businesses, they are...
Has zero to do, come on, you're smarter than that. This is the top 0.2%. This is not a mom and pop store. These are multi-billionaires, and the savings go to their kids after they pass away. This is nothing more than a gift to billionaires in this country.
Well, sir, that's just not correct, because the top 10% paid a bigger share of taxes after TCJA.
I'm talking about one provision in this. I don't want to argue with you about taxes in general. One provision, few hundred families, $235 billion in tax breaks. You can't justify that because morally it is totally unjustifiable. Let me ask you another question. If you guys want to cut $1 trillion in Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, the estimate from CBO, I believe, is that over 15 million people lose their health insurance. Yale University and University of Pennsylvania estimated that when you throw that many low-income and working-class people off of health care, some 50,000 people a year will die. Tell me why you think it's a good idea to give tax breaks to billionaires and allow 50,000 low-income and working-class people to die unnecessarily?
Senator, first of all, that's overstated by 5.1 million. That is not attributed to this bill. It is simply
It's a combination. That's true.
No. You all had a scheduled expiration of Obamacare subsidies, and you did not extend that when you were in charge. 5.1 million, 1.4 million illegal aliens on Medicaid.
All right,
and there are work requirements. And our goal is to get more money to children and mothers.
Really? Your goal is to get more money to children, and working people. Really, come on. Do you know how many people, and I was surprised to hear this, I don't know if you know it or not, how many people lose their jobs every year, quit, get fired or whatever? Do you have any idea?
Well, there's something called the quits rate, and so when the job market is strong, more people quit.
But yeah, I was surprised that I just researched this. I don't know. Do you happen to know?
I don't know the number.
I was surprised. Would it be shocking to you? It was to me. 20 million people leave their jobs a year. Doesn't shock you, right? It's a big labor force, right?
Yep.
So somebody leaves the job, maybe they move, maybe something happens in their lives, right? We have a lot of transition in the labor market, correct?
Maybe they get a better job.
Right, exactly, maybe they do. Or maybe they have to stay home, their wife gets sick, whatever, we don't know. But 20 million people lose their jobs in a given year, leave their jobs in a given year. Are those people lazy? What happens when I leave my job and maybe I have to move to another state to take care of my ill mother, and I desperately need Medicaid? Am I too lazy now to be able to get Medicaid?
I think that's a mischaracterization of the work requirement.
Bernie kicks off with the classic line, "Why is the Trump administration giving $235 billion in tax breaks to the top 0.2% while cutting Medicaid?" Bessent leans back, sips his water and says, "Senator, I think you've got some of your numbers mixed up, and by the way, my own taxes went up after 2017. The room goes quiet. Bernie tries to fire back, but Bessent's calm demeanor is like watching a cat ignore a barking dog, utterly unbothered. If you love seeing a masterclass in composure, hit subscribe now. Bernie doubles down, waving charts and shouting about gifts to billionaires. Bessent, without missing a beat, lays down the truth. Senator, the top 10% paid a larger share of taxes after the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The rich didn't get off easy. Bernie's face starts to tighten. You can almost hear his inner monologue. Wait, numbers don't obey me? This wasn't just a response, it was a fact grenade, and Bernie was the unfortunate bystander. Bernie tries the emotional angle next. Millions will lose insurance, and tens of thousands will die. Bessent adjusts his tie, leans in and says, "Actually, Senator, that's overstated by 5.1 million. And those losses, not caused by this bill. ACA subsidies were set to expire, and yes, Democrats didn't extend them." Bernie sputters, tries to interject, but Bessent keeps dropping facts like it's nothing. He even notes 1.4 million undocumented immigrants on Medicaid and work requirements to help children and working families. Boom. Bernie, emotionally exhausted. Bessent, still standing strong. Bernie pivots to jobs, shouting about people quitting or losing work, questioning whether they're lazy. Bessent smiles, the calm eye of the hurricane, and says, "Senator, that's a mischaracterization. Work requirements are about accountability, not punishment. It's like watching someone try to poke a hole in a brick wall with a toothpick. Nothing's happening." Bernie's outrage is high, Bessent's patience even higher. By the end, the contrast is hilarious. Bernie flailing wildly, waving papers, voice cracking with passion. Bessent, serene, precise, dropping fact after fact with maybe the faintest hint of a smirk. It's a political comedy and a schooling all in one. Even the press reporters can't help but notice. It's hard not to chuckle at Bernie trying to battle a human spreadsheet. This hearing wasn't just a debate. It was Scott Bessent giving a masterclass in logic, composure, and fiscal reality, while Bernie's theatrics provided the entertainment. Facts won, data won, calm precision won. Bernie, well, he made a great cameo as the dramatic foil. If you want more epic takedowns like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next political showdown.